Trump-backed candidates are doing very well in that state today. In Arizona, Kari Lake won the GOP gubernatorial nomination and Blake Masters won the GOP Senate nomination, which raises a bigger question. Is the era of moderate Republicans like the late Senator John McCain over for the state? Joining me now to talk more about this is Marc Lotter, Chief Communications Officer of the America First Policy Institute and former Director of Strategic Communications for the Trump-Pence 2020 campaign. Hello to you, Marc, and thank you for giving us some time this morning. I want to start with something that someone said in Brian's piece just a moment ago, their lack of trust and faith in the government as a whole. That is extremely troubling to hear in Arizona or in any state. How do we lower the temperature at this point and address the confidence and the integrity in our election process and also in the government as it speaks to so many concerns right now?
Well, I think the first thing we have to do when it comes to addressing election integrity is to make sure that we have secured elections. And there are a number of things that we can do to just basically support the idea of one person, one vote, something as simple as photo ID, banning the use of Zuckerbucks, where you basically had the Meta Facebook billionaire put in $420 million into primarily Democrat areas through official offices to turn out the vote. And then also making sure that we have transparency when the votes are counted. I mean, we saw many instances where cameras and officials from both parties were kicked out of the room when they were counting the ballots. That doesn't mean fraud, but you want to increase the transparency so people have that faith. And one of the platforms we have, the America First Policy Movement, is make it easy to vote, but impossible to cheat.
Right, and that's at the end of the day what we want to see. Let's talk about some of these candidates in Arizona. Why do you think, Marc, more extreme candidates as the ones we mentioned are resonating with Republican voters right now in Arizona?
I think some of this is stemming from, I think, 2016 when Donald Trump was first nominated and then won the White House, was people were being tired of misled by politicians of both parties. I remember going back into the 90s when you had Democrats and Republicans saying they were going to fix NAFTA, they were going to get tough with China, they were going to do all these things, and yet nothing ever changed. And so what I think you see now with the rise of Donald Trump, and I would say even the America First movement, is that if you're going to tell me you're going to do something as a candidate, then when you get in office, we expect you to do it. And so I think that's what we are seeing on the economy, on trade, on China, is that people want American energy. They want lower gas prices. And so they're going to support the candidates that will deliver on those promises.
Specifically, as it relates to Arizona, is this the end of moderates for the GOP party in Arizona? Is this the shift that we're seeing before us ahead of the midterms?
Well, I don't like getting into the terms like moderate and otherwise, because I think when you go back and look through history, the policies that we were fighting for in the Trump White House here at the America First Policy Institute are not different than what Ronald Reagan was fighting for. And in many cases, many Republicans, including someone like John McCain, when he served. So, we're seeing a shift in policies in certain areas, I think, as times change. But I don't think that makes someone more or less moderate or to the otherwise. I mean, I think what we've really seen are some extreme positions from the left right now when it comes to abortion, when it comes to the border and the open border and illegal immigration. I mean, that is what I truly think is extreme.
Yeah, extreme on both sides, to be clear. Marc Lotter, we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.